I remember at the age of 13, one day, this picture of a beautiful family of mine was taken away from me due to infidelity. And it just happened like that in the moment. I remember so well.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today. If you are new to my channel, I am Dalenga and this is There Is Still Hope. There Is Still Hope is a place where we are encouraged to move away from past sorrows and move on and embrace a life that matters. To my subscribers, thank you for joining me again today. We're talking about rejection. What rejection is, the aftermath of rejection, and how one can overcome rejection. If this is anything that interests you, please stick around.
My name is Bertha Nampila. I consider myself as a writer and an encourager. I'm a child of God who is very passionate about sharing what I went through, what God is teaching me in my current seasons, and would love to encourage people so that we can live a better life. People to get to know their identity so that they become better person, people to get healed so that we can live, we can fulfill our destiny and also to live a purposeful life. Yeah, that's Bertha.
I have a guest and well, Bertha, thank you so much for joining me today and thank you for accepting my invitation. Welcome to There's Still Hope.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
When I first came across your blog and I read the article that you wrote on rejection, it caught my attention. It's a very beautiful article. And if there's someone who wants to read it, I'll leave the link below. Please do check it out. It's a very interesting one. And there's other articles that you would find interesting as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, we're talking about rejection today, and I want to believe that most of us have faced rejection at one point in our lives. Rejection from friends, rejection from family, rejection from co-workers, rejection from, even in school. And as much as it might be hard and very difficult, it is advisable that we know how to deal with rejection. Because rejection doesn't just come alone. It comes with a lot of things, including fear. And when fear works in your life, it stops you from achieving many of your goals. Well, we're talking about rejection. Stay tuned. Just the mention of the word rejection to many people, it might come with a lot of emotions. Memories of pain, memories of loneliness. To some it might be being a middle child and perhaps feeling rejected, feeling like the attention was given more to the first child than the last child. Or perhaps that interview that you once went to and you so wanted this job and at the end of the day somebody else got it. Or a group of friends that went to a certain party and did not invite you. You might feel rejected. It can also be probably someone that you truly loved with all your heart and one day the person just chose somebody else. It can come with a feeling of being rejected. In your own words, what is rejection?
I'm gonna be brief and to me the word rejection means refusal, dismissal of something, of an idea, for a relationship, of anything that you have desired. That's my best explanation of rejection.
You actually mentioned the word refusal and then you also mentioned the word dismissal. When it comes to rejection, how does this come about?
Rejection can start when a mother is pregnant, at the point where maybe the father didn't want the baby, or the mother wanted a boy child and then she got a girl child. So that's where it starts. But then it can continue then on throughout your life. let me say the baby is born now, and then this child came out probably with any disabilities. You know, we come in different shapes. Some of us are big, some of us are skinny, you know, and then you grow up with kids. Your childhood friends can say things that are not good. Such things as like, you are too skinny, you are too tall, and all that. So, and then this child grow up, and then you feel like you are being rejected because you are not looking in a certain way that people feel that you should look like. And then through childhood, then you also find there are people that experience some kind of traumas, like maybe a child who's being raped. Now we are experiencing both male and female rape. Kids that are molested, it also causes a form of rejection, because the person start feeling, why am I being the one being raped? Why am I being the one being molested? So, and then it continues again into our teenagers' life. And I consider that a very risky stage of life, because this is where a person is trying to find out who you are. And then now, whatever is said to you, if you are not careful, it can really damage you. So yeah, and a lot of things happen. You start, even that's when you start, you are at maybe high school, and you have friends that you can have friends that are very negative and say negative things. That can also comes as a form of rejection. And then you also start, that's the time which you start dating, and all of a sudden this boy one day just say he doesn't want you, he prefer someone else. So that's how it goes, and it continues until, I believe, until we are no more in this life. So it comes to a stage in your where you are probably at work, you finish varsity, you are at work, you are looking for a job, you are so passionate, you feel you are ready, you feel you are qualified, and then boom, you are getting all this rejection from everywhere you apply. You are not getting a job, of the desired job, or you are working at a certain company, and then the people dismiss you due to maybe economic, and then you are looking for a job, you can't find a job for a long time. All these things, then it also happens in our relationship, in our marriage relationship, in where somebody just comes and just divorces you. Such things, yeah, and it's one, rejection is, I believe it's something that I can guarantee you it can happen at any stage of your life until we die. Somebody, because it's something that it doesn't come from you, it comes from another person, and you don't have a control of the other person. So that's how it comes about.
So what you're saying is rejection can come in many forms at any stage in life. You might experience it in your childhood, and then you actually may experience it as well at your middle age and even in your adulthood.
Yes.
Well, when I came across your blog, I found the article you wrote very lovely. And I also want to believe that for someone to write such an article, you must have gone through this thing. You must have gone through it to come out and say, look, this is what rejection is. This is what rejection brings about. And this is how I overcame. Tell us about your rejection journey.
Okay, my rejection actually started at a very young age. But then that time I didn't realize that I felt rejected. So growing up as a child, where we come from, our childhood have so much that made us who we are. And growing up as a child, I was like a very, not say stubborn, spoiled, I want to say, yeah, spoiled child. Like I always get what I want. If I do not get what I want, then it's all trouble in that house. My parents knew, my siblings knew. So it became even harder for me. Imagine now, you are used to getting everything that you want, and then one day you don't get what you want.
Were you the last born? Maybe?
I was not the last born. But then I had a brother who was the last born. He's late. So now I am the last born. But then growing up, I grew up like I'm more like a last born. Like he always used to say, men can't be last born, you are the last born. I grew up in a family where we were like so united, such a loving family. We travel a lot, we are always together. You know, we travel to different countries and all that. So, and every time we have something, it's like we're very united and then I remember at the age of 13, one day, this picture of a beautiful family of mine was taken away from me due to infidelity. And it just happened like that in the moment. I remember, well, it was like a day before our confirmation. And it's so amazing. Till today, I can tell you, I know exactly from A to Z what happened. But then, I find it, like I was a child, I thought it was fine. And because of that, I grew up, I remember I was in high school, I was like, I don't want to date anyone. I don't want to get married to anyone.
Due to the rejection.
Due to the rejection of what happened in my family. So I was like, why would I allow somebody to come and just take that away from me? So it continues with me. Life happened, I'm at varsity, then, you know, although still in my mind I was like, I don't want to get married. I don't want to put myself into such a situation. So I decided, okay, I'm at varsity and I'm dating this person. With a romantic relationship, it happens also very different. Like you thought you put all your trust in this person, and then one day you just realize this person is not who you think he is. So I found out the person is now also cheating on me. And remember, I already have an infidelity, a type of rejection, and then it just made things worse. So as I mentioned on my blog, that it's like the deeper the relationship, the deeper you love someone, the deeper your rejection, the pain of rejection it is. So then that's how it happens again, another rejection. Then I remember after I've been rejected like that, I decided I'm gonna end the relationship. And then when I ended the relationship, then I told myself, I am not going to allow anyone in my life. I'm not going to allow anybody to hurt me in that way and ever again. You know, and it's a pity that, like, with such things, even if I go into a relationship, I don't give my full self.
Bertha, how does one feel when rejected?
Rejection is a very painful experience because your emotion gets involved. One of the things is that we human beings, we are created to be loved. We are actually relational people. We desire, it's in all of us, we desire to be loved by our family, we desire to be loved by our friends, we desire to be loved by God. So the moment that is taken away, somebody that you love, you invested your emotions through something. It can be a relationship, it can be anything that you desire so much, you invested time in it, and that thing is taken away from you. It's a very painful experience. It's heartbreaking, and it brings a lot of discouragement, and it brings a lot of questions of maybe why me? Am I not worthy? You know, all these things. And then when you start allowing such questions, your emotions just stir up, and it's painful.
What happened to your family? That very thing that you said, that very beautiful picture that was taken away from you, it defined who you became after that. I want to understand, what defense mechanisms did you put in place to avoid rejection?
So one of the main one, if I have to maybe go into a relationship, I don't put my whole self there. Any man, it starts like that. Any man that she just out there to hurt me, and I do not want to experience that. So you start putting a guard on yourself. So, and that's a very dangerous zone, because so anything that this person does, you just like, no, it's just probably that he just wanna hurt me. You know, it's a very dangerous zone. It's not a best thing ever. You never live your life freely, because you can't love fully. You can't put yourself out there fully, because you think everyone that surrounds you is a danger to you.
During that time that you were going through rejection, what emotions did you go through?
Wow. When you go through a rejection, there is a lot of emotions going through your mind, through you. It's like, if you are not careful, it can lead you to a very bad place. So I remember, like, I had so many questions. Let me talk about the romantic rejection that I had. I started asking myself, like I had so much doubt on myself. I felt worthless. I felt like, why is she better than me? Why am I not enough? You start really, really having that low self-esteem about yourself. And you're like, what did I do? Am I not meant to be loved? You know, you have a lot of things that going on, your emotion, your thoughts. And like it's just not a good place to be. And I'm very glad because probably naturally I'm like already a forgiving person, but I've seen and I've known people that when they go through that, they become even bitter. They become bitter, they are envious, you know, because you start thinking, why is this one better than me, you know? So it's a lot of things happening that if you don't take care of it, you can easily go even crazy because you start feeling you are worthless, you are nothing. That's how rejection makes you feel.
Some people might even go to an extent of wanting to prove a point.
Yes. Thank you for asking that question. Yeah, I was angry, and I think people react to that very different. With me, first of all, at the beginning when it started, then you feel rejected, and you're like, I'm angry, I must show him I'm better than who. Yeah, I'm beautiful. So what happened is like I decided to go into another relationship just to prove him
very fast
that yes, like to prove that I can also get someone, you know, I'm also lovable. But that's lies that we tell ourselves, because at the end of the day you are just doing more damage to yourself.
You did not give yourself time to heal.
You did not give yourself time to heal, and then you go in this relationship and you are looking for validation, and you know, and then when you start getting healed, you realize, I actually don't even need this person. I don't love this person, because all you were doing, you were just trying to impress another person. And with me also, another type of way that I used, when it's like, I felt like that's actually a positive one. So when I go through such rejection, I work harder. Actually, I regard it, but I know it's not coming from a good place, but it's like I work harder. If I was at school, I'll pass that. Just to, like, it's like an energy that is put on you, but I don't think it's a good one, but it comes out positive. But yeah, we react very different. Each of us, I think it's according to your personality, what type of person that you are.
Okay, and I also want to believe that when you mentioned that, you actually felt like, okay, let me get into this relationship to prove a point. Looking at the person that is coming into your life, he's actually being attracted to a wrong person.
Yes.
A bitter person, an unhealed person, an angry person, a person who wants to prove a point. So when that process is over, what is left?
Yeah, that's actually very dangerous. As I said, it's a dangerous thing that, and I know I see it in a lot of people that we do that, and you actually don't love this person. You are actually using this person, and on my experience, I remember when I was probably healed now that time. But then I realized I don't love this person. Then I have to leave this person. And then this person invested. You know how the circle of rejections works. So now I come with it from my childhood, my relationship, then it happens and I pass it on to the other person. Because this person is not much into you. Now I don't feel the same. So I have to reject this person. I remember when I have to reject this person, that experience wasn't also one of a good experience in my life. He was like, he couldn't accept it. You know, there are people that he didn't want to accept that I don't want him. But I knew now, because when you are healed, that's when you start thinking better. You start knowing the truth. I was just reacting to the emotions that was going on through me. So when I have to end this now, I'm causing another rejection. And that's how we continue damaging each other. the circle goes.
Because when you are healed, I mean, you look back and you be like, but this is not the person I want, because now you are operating in a different at a different place. Yeah.